I'm doing a little different video today. It's Celebrity's Inside Access Tour. This is a behind the scenes look at how the cruise ship operates. It's fascinating and an informative tour that I would recommend you take if you get the chance. Space is limited. We got our tickets on the first day of the cruise since it was offered on our sea day. You can take all the photos you want, and we took a lot, but videotaping is prohibited. There's a fee for the tour, but well worth it. And the tour takes about 2 hours, and our parting gift was a set of celebrity luggage tags. I'll give you the highlights as I can best remember them. Before we could get to our first stop, which was the bridge, we went through a security check complete with a quick winding of the body. For the Millennium, the bridge is on deck 9. Normally, there are 2 officers on bridge plus 1 sailor. That's the man with the binoculars on the left-hand side. These staff work 2 4-hour shifts each day and monitor all the controls of the ship's navigation. The bridge crew has their quarters on deck 9 as well, so they can be near the bridge in case there's an emergency. The bridge has some amazing views, and it overlooks the helipad area. If you are able to participate in a helipad sail-away, do it. It has absolutely fantastic views when leaving the port, and we took advantage of it when we were in St. Lucia. The second officer, Mayte, who is shown in the center photo, explained the navigational control panel. This panel monitors many things: the plotted course, the ship's stabilizers, its speed, radar activities, and it even has a magnetic phone for emergencies. These controls are constantly monitored by the staff and adjusted accordingly. Mayte highlighted 3 ship parts that are critical for the ship's movements. 1. The stabilizers, which look like airplane wings, whose job is to keep the ship from rocking back and forth while sailing. It ensures the guest feels like they are walking on solid ground. 2. The bulbous bow, which looks like a dolphin nose, helps the ship glide through the water more efficiently. It leaves a very small wake pattern for the ship's size. And 3. The thrusters, which are used when the ship leaves port, and it helps the ship push sideways away from the dock. Next, we saw a model of the ship's propellers, which can rotate 360 degrees. Depending upon the propeller's position, the ship can go forward, sideways, or even make sharp turns in a port. The photo on the right shows how large the propellers are when comparing them to an adult male. Quite large indeed. The bridge has many glass surfaces. Obviously, the window's at the front of the bridge, but did you know there is a rear window shown on the right that allows the officers to view the entire length of the side of the ship? And then there's a glass floor panel on the left that shows ready views of what's immediately below. Both tools are very helpful when the ship is docking, and they give the navigation team visual cues on the ship's actual location. We then proceeded down to Deck 0 to get an inside view of the laundry operations. Deck 0 is below the ship's water line. The laundry manager was very proud of his staff and his operation. Because all of the machinery that there is in the laundry, the washers, the dryers, folders, and pressers, it's a very noisy area. There are lots of washing machines. The laundry is sorted just like at home: towels, sheets, pool towels, guest towels, table linens, and so forth. So you got to get that done before you get it washed. Industrial size washers and folding machines are also plenty. You also get to see how automated the laundry operations actually are. The newly washed towels are placed on a conveyor belt, and they pass through the machine, and poof, out comes a fully folded towel. What a nifty gadget. The last area viewed is the press room. This is where staff uniforms and the guest laundry are given their final touches. Actual irons and ironing boards are used along with the presses. I was surprised that the t-shirts are put on a dummy model that inflates, and that eliminates the wrinkles while it's drying the t-shirt. You can see it in action in the upper left-hand corner. We then travel down the I-95. The I-95 is the main thoroughfare on the ship that is used by the crew for both off-duty relaxation as well as for work activities. It's called the I-95 because staff can go all the way from the back end of the ship to the front along this corridor. As we walk the I-95, we pass by the crew bar, luggage racks that are being used during the embarkation or disembarkation process, a crew announcements bulletin board, and several administrative departments. There was another security checkpoint before we could enter the engineering section, which is also on Deck 0. Engineering shared similar information to what we learned on the bridge, only it was from a more mechanical perspective. The area has many video monitors to capture the various activities that make that ship run efficiently. I noticed that Giorgio, the chief engineer, had propellers on his epaulets, which I thought was a nice touch, and it signified that he was part of the engineering team. The engineering department is also staffed 24/7, and the staff also work 2 4-hour shifts each day. Here are several of the monitors that are checked and logged by the team. Stabilizer usage, similar to what we saw on the bridge, elevator operations, energy utilization, and propeller operations. Impressive, to say the least. There must be over 30 trackers for the crew to monitor. The next department we visited was food services. I'm amazed at the number of meals that are prepared and served each day. For example, if the ship's capacity is 3,000 passengers and 1,200 crew, then there are at least 12,600 meals consumed each day. And that doesn't count the snacks and the sweets that are prepared for the gelateria or cafe bacio. The dining room maitre d' explained the process on how the waitstaff are trained and how the dining room operates so efficiently. For select dining, I really like that you have the same waitstaff throughout your cruise. It gives you the chance to get to know them and for them to learn your eating preferences as well. A lot of details go into meal planning. The food staff actually get lots of guest demographic information, country of origin, age, and so forth, and the team has specific algorithms to know what foods they need to have on hand for each cruise. Pretty amazing. The food preparation areas were immaculate. You can see that bread and breakfast muffins are made daily. The chefs prepare and plan the daily menu. The food is also prepared in East Kitchen. And if you'll notice, the color of the tie that each of the workers wear signifies the skill levels of the staff. Black are kitchen chefs, yellow are junior chefs with basic skill sets, and the blue are the sous chefs, and so on. And of course, we had to stop and meet the dessert chef, who was responsible for those awesome desserts: cheesecake, creme brulee, warm apple crisp, molten chocolate cakes, as well as the gelato and lemon tartlets. Too bad we didn't get a treat, but that would have been a nice ending. We ended the tour with a specialty restaurant kitchen. In our case, it was the Tuscan Grill, which is the Italian restaurant on board. We learned each of the ship's specialty restaurants have their own kitchen and wait staff. The Inside Access tour shared lots of great information and was truly enjoyable to learn all about what happens behind the scenes on a cruise ship. I hope you enjoyed this overview and it's piqued your interest enough to inquire about taking your own Inside Access tour. Thanks for watching. We're planning our next cruise for the Bahamas, and I'm sure I'll share all about the shipboard activities then. See you soon.